But now Kapil Sibal, the new HRD minister, says class 10 board exams will be optional. He's even talking about doing away with class 12 board exams altogether. Is this the beginning of a revolution in the education sector? This is of course only two of many reforms he's promising. Or is it a change that is concerning a lot of students, parents and principals? Why isn't it something that people are welcoming with open arms? That's what we're looking at on the program today. We've got lots and lots of young people, but let me start with some of the principals. Annie Koshi, let me start with you. I have to say, when I heard the news, I was like, I want to go to school all over again. I want to do school and college without the hideous memory of those board exams. Yet, the response from the education community does not seem so united. There are lots of ifs and buts, lots of qualifiers. A lot of principals in particular seem worried. Why is that?
On a frivolous note, Barkha, would you like to do away with the first crush also? You know, because
yeah,
I've got horrific memories of that.
That's true. That was pretty painful as well.
Okay.
But you know what? It didn't. But it didn't send me to the sanatorium like my class 10 board maths exam did.
Okay. Let me say, I've got 3 points that I think could be started off with. One is that the premise that stress is only to do with the board examination is wrong. Because stress is due to a variety of factors.
You mean parents, peers?
Peers, societal, all that kind of thing. So it's not isolated. One.
Yeah.
Two is that memorization is a very essential skill of growing up. We imitate and we code it, the code memory, nothing, and that's how we learn to walk and talk. So memorization needs to be practiced if children have to, you know, grow properly. And thirdly, this one board, you know,
One board, one country kind of formula. Yeah.
For our country, with the variety that is there, definitely needs to be debated. We need to first of all thank the minister for raising the issue and bringing the debate out to the front,
out of the
which I
box
think
after
is
10 years of
excellent.
sort of dinosaur
So we
ideas
are
in the
not
ministry.
saying no exams.
Yes.
I think what the education fraternity is saying is we need to have a different kind of examination. Assessment is very essential.
But Amma, if I may get you in, okay, fine, we all need the discipline of memorizing, of an exam, all of that. But what point does the class 10 board exam serve? I mean, I can still see some logic for the class 12 exam because it determines which college you get into. But the class 10 board exam to decide whether you want to do arts, commerce or science, I mean, don't most kids know that anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you know, when you said that most principals are worried about it, I was wondering where was I then, because
There's one to my left here who's worried.
No, you know, because definitely grade 10 examinations, like you said, you know, what purpose does it serve? You know, there are only two purposes that it serves. One is to decide the stream that a child would get into, or probably get into another institution which takes in only very high achievers. I think both these things should be really looked into. One is that the examination marks are definitely not a test of a child's aptitude. Definitely not. And secondly, you know, we have to understand that, you know, the fact that, you know, examinations them by themselves, you know, like Annie said, assessments are important, but what kind of assessment, what is the character of the assessment, what is the objective of the assessment is what we really have to
So
look
when
into.
Kapil Sibal says that if he had his way, he'd do away with the class 12 as well and just actually create a kind of different common entrance exam, that's something you welcome. You think the board exams in a sense are archaic?
Well, I have the Vice Chancellor.
I'm coming to
him
now.
And, you know, and this year, you know, it's been a
crazy year.
Crazy year, absolutely.
Yes.
So, you know, do our children deserve this? You know, that is that's the point which we have to make.
And also, go ahead, Annie.
Can I just make one point?
Yes.
That is
that
almost 50% of the children who do the class 10 examinations do not do the class 12 examinations.
Oh, really?
So let's not think of only the private schools of Delhi. There are n number of kids who
No,
drop
but he
out.
did say that there are, if people are going into college, they should take the class 10 exam, if that is going to be their final exam.
You know,
But
so
as an interim exam, it doesn't seem
but
to make
if
a
you're
lot of
going to
sense.
drop it, and you know, St. Mary's School is going to give you a certificate, you know, you go down to Chennai and they'll say, you know, who's St. Mary's School to give you anything? So if I'm going to drop out and go for vocational training or something of that, I need a certificate, a standardized national level certificate.
And that's what